All right, now what's up with this?
It's you.
Hey, you finally made it. I've been waiting for you.
No, says he's a mystery phantom? I don't know.
So this guy's the mystery phantom now. I figured he'd show up eventually.
Okay.
You sure took a while getting here. Maybe I shouldn't expect much of you.
Is that a solution blade?
Huh? Why does he have a solution blade?
Because he's number one, and number one was...
Which of us should be destroyed. Let's wield our solution blades to find the answer.
Because he's a homunculus, or he's the successful homunculus that the UG made.
Don't tell me. You didn't assume you already arrived at the truth, did you?
No, I didn't think so.
You promised you would expose all truth. Is this really the best you can do? Well, perhaps you're not as capable as I thought.
He's the successful homunculi from the UG that was number one, and
solution blade?
And number one was the one who opened up the book first, so...
You should be more curious. After all, you understand nothing about me. For I am Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
I wonder if Master can even make snap
Battle with
judgments.
mysterious Phantom Makoto. This guy won't let up, huh? Somehow how to deal with this kind of solution, don't ya? If the answer isn't right, just wait it out and get ready for the next attack.
You're the ultimate secret?
First, when did I come to Kanai Ward? And why?
3 years ago.
Can you answer that? Yes, that's it. I came to Kanai Ward during the Blank Week mystery 3 years ago. All to resolve that case.
Resolve that case?
I knew they'd regain control once sunlight was blocked. So, I created the rain cloud generator to gently cover Kanai Ward in rain.
It's more like you caged them in.
Well, what else were you supposed to do?
Without me, Kanai Ward would never have been rebuilt! I used everything at my disposal to cover up the tragedy that took place here. But there was no way for me to fix the entire city on my own.
Why did you do it? Why do such a thing?
You want to know? I did it to protect Kanai Ward, of course. Because I love this city. I'd do anything for it. But you already know that.
Mm-hmm. What did Makoto do to protect Kanai Ward? Isolation.
You isolated all of Kanai Ward! You call that protecting them? You trapped them!
New mask. Ugh.
Without me, Kanai Ward would have been wiped from the map. The UG planned to flatten Kanai Ward to cover up the failed homunculus experiment. But thanks to my negotiating, they saw the benefits of isolation. We would peacefully secure the defective homunculi, and they wouldn't have to spend a cent. Besides, it'd be a terrible thing if the UG's inhumane research was made public.
And through that negotiating, you became CEO of Amaterasu Corporation. Your goal was to rule over Kanai Ward, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You still don't understand me. Try to remember.
Hey, Master. There's something weird about this mystery phantom.
Because he's not an actual mystery phantom, I
Why are
feel.
we able to talk to him like this? None of the others acted this way.
Because he's not a mystery phantom, he's a real Makoto. It's just saying that.
Try to remember. What did I do after I became CEO of Amaterasu Corporation?
No, it was the second one. It was the second one. He ended the homunculus research. I thought that said enabled.
What did I do after I became CEO of Amaterasu Corporation?
Yeah, I thought that... If I knew that said end, I was like, that was it. But I didn't see that. I didn't see it as ending. I
You
thought...
shut down the homunculus research.
I
Thought
didn't
something
want
else.
to create any additional defective homunculi. So I ended the research and sealed off the test site. Dr. Weska and Yomi objected, but as the CEO, I was able to quash their complaints.
Pink now.
That's how I rebuilt Kanai Ward all on my own. It is a city for homunculi who have nowhere else to go.
You did it to protect the people in the city?
That's right. I did it all out of the love I have for this place.
Because you relate to them because
That
you're a
is the
homunculus as well.
undeniable truth. I've never hid my love for Kanai Ward from you at any moment. Yet, you never quite seem convinced about it.
What he says makes sense. He's not lying. The experiments created the defects, so he transformed Kanai Ward to protect them. But if that's true, what crime is he guilty of? Why have I drawn my sword against him?
Hey, Master! Don't let that mystery phantom fool you!
He's not a mystery phantom. He's
Try to remember
a
why he
real...
started this in the first place! He's a phantom! He's just trying to prevent you from exposing the truth!
Yeah, you're right. He's no saint. He's a dictator who will do anything to achieve what he wants.
What crime did Makoto commit? That's kidnapping, yeah. I thought I hit Y, but I didn't. Kind of wish that these were like I feel like the time should be a little less. Oh, here's
You may
the
wear
truth.
the mask of a saint, but it can't hide the crimes you've committed. You are the mastermind behind the global kidnapping case the WDO has been pursuing. People were abducted across the world and turned into food for homunculi at your factory.
Oh, he's playing on a new one though. Ugh.
I had no choice. They must eat in order to survive. Besides, I never took innocent people. I gathered criminals with no chance of rehabilitation and simply accelerated their sentencing.
I mean, yeah, that's what I figured.
You saw the memo as well. Besides, they were all on death row anyway.
That doesn't make it right.
At any rate, that's not just my crime.
Huh?
The procurement of these ingredients was done with the full cooperation of the World Detective Organization.
The WDO?
I couldn't have asked for a better source of information for the ingredients.
You were working with the World Detective Organization?
Actually, it's more accurate to say I took advantage of them.
Oh, God.
Liar! The WDO wouldn't let themselves be used by you! You just flaunted their name to capture criminals!
No.
In fact, the WDO itself tasked us with investigating the global kidnapping case! If you were their accomplice, they wouldn't have issued that directive! And we would never have come to Kanai Ward to corner you like this!
But did we?
You still think you've got me cornered? You
Nope.
really are clueless.
I have a feeling we were here for the
The
slaughter.
way I see it, you were all gathered at Kanai Ward for other
Yep,
reasons.
we were here for ingredients.
Very well. Go on and use that simple brain of yours to expose my schemes!
We're assembled. Oh no, that was it the first one then? I don't think it was to oust Yomi.
You really are clueless.
Actually, no, I think it was.
The way I see it, you were all gathered at Kanai Ward for
Maybe, I don't know.
other reasons.
Yeah, it was Yomi, yeah. Because that second one didn't make sense. Or the first one didn't make sense.
You used us. You hinted at unsolved mysteries and other global cases to lure us to Kanai Ward. Your true goal was to cast out Yomi, director of the Peacekeepers, since he was in your way.
Correct. Well, almost. You're so close. Yomi wasn't in my way. He was in Kanai Ward's way.
I mean, I guess same difference at this
If all
point.
he did was use the Peacekeepers to push his weight around, that would have been fine. But of all things, he was working with Dr. Weska, trying to leak homunculus information. If that happened, the unified government wouldn't remain silent. Kanai Ward's secrets would be exposed to the world. Still, I couldn't expel him myself. The Peacekeepers had grown too strong in this city.
You pitted us against the Peacekeepers, and you got what you wanted by eliminating Yomi.
So everyone gathering here, it was all part of that masked guy's plan?
Because you achieved your goal, you're trying to eliminate us? Now that we've outlived our usefulness?
And there it is. Pink blood.
What happened to the other master detectives? Were you the one who bombed WDO headquarters?
Ugh.
They knew too much. I feel remorse for what had to be done, but the WDO was in the city's way.
In the way?
I had no choice. This city must remain a secret in order to survive. Having detectives snoop around everywhere was a nuisance. That's why I made them disappear.
You'll pay for this. Talking to a mystery phantom might be pointless, but I swear you'll regret this.
I have not looked at any of this in a while, so I was like, I feel like I should look at some of this stuff. Wow, are we really gonna go through
evil
2
incarnate!
mystery labyrinths without doing God
You
Shinigami?
used the WDO and slaughtered criminals like animals. You even killed my friends. For all the crimes you've committed, I'll bury your soul here.
I didn't expect to hear something so valiant from the likes of you. Tell me, do you really think you can do this? You're nothing but an empty shell of a man.
Don't give me that! I'll...
Master, don't let him egg you on. It's a trap. There's something off about this mystery phantom. He doesn't seem normal.
Because he's not a mystery phantom. I'm pretty sure it's the real
What
Makoto.
do you mean?
Oh, that's something.
What is this?
The people of Kanai Ward! They're all mystery phantoms! There's too many of them! I've never seen anything like this!
All of them?
Kanai Ward must remain shrouded in mystery, for everyone here to live in peace. Even they haven't realized they are homunculi yet. No. They must never know. It would be too cruel a fate. Their very existence is this city's mystery.
They are the mystery?
Take
Okay.
a good look. Aren't they pitiable? They're labeled as defective
Look at that
and must
PNG.
continue to live in a land without sun.
You made them that way!
To protect them! All of this was to protect them.
Oh, new mask.
Do you understand how much I've endured for them? I've committed atrocities to keep them fed. If any died, they were swiftly taken to the abandoned village. When anyone asked about the color of their blood, I said it was caused by the rain. This is all for their sake! I did it for them!
Damn.
They're outcasts from
Makoto's
this
voice
world
actor is
who
going
can
hard
only
in this, and I
survive within
appreciate
a
that.
cage of rain!
Master, don't start feeling sorry for phantoms. We're still inside the mystery labyrinth. If you can't solve the mystery, you'll be absorbed by the labyrinth and your soul will vanish.
I know. I've already made up my mind. I will expose the truth. Oh!
Master's mystery phantom is back?
It's one twist after another.
This must be a mystery phantom created from your reluctance.
My reluctance? What good will come from solving mysteries? Who would be made happy by this?
Oh, I love that the shadow,
up!
the eyeliner on
How
his
many people have
eyes are
died
question marks.
because of the mysteries I've solved.
No one, actually. They were all homunculus, so it's fine.
He's getting bigger!
It's due to your uncertainty.
Why must mysteries be exposed? Why can't you just leave them alone? I didn't belong in this city in the first place.
Master!
It's true. I still don't know what's right. But I will fight. I'll fight against my uncertainty. I won't let any mystery phantom deceive me!
Oh, this probably is going to be a
You've draped
God
the city in
Shinigami.
mystery, Then I will unveil it with the truth!
Really? You think you've got what it takes?
Well said, Master.
But what mystery do I even solve here?
There's still one unanswered question. It's about him. You still haven't confirmed his true identity.
Oh, finally, here we go.
Makoto? That's true. I still don't know who he really is. I've never seen the face beneath his mask.
You're right. I have to figure out who he is. Thank you, Shinigami.
It's my job to keep you relying on me, Master.
You've got quite a capable assistant, oh mighty detective. I hope she doesn't end up becoming your burden.
Just stop. There's no need for the truth. The truth isn't needed in this city!
Let's do some deep cleaning on that stupid-looking, oversized trash.
Again with that? Come on. Okay, Shinigami. Let's lay it all out.
Lay it all out on the line. Oh, okay, barrel time again. Do a barrel roll, Shinigami. All right.
Nice! Great! Great!
The homunculus. I do not. I'm glad like one of those solution keys there had homunculus on there. I would have no idea how to fucking spell that word. I'd be like, I don't know how to fucking spell this word. Yep, there it is. I said that from like the fucking beginning. He's a homunculus created by the UG, though.
The reason you're so desperate to defend Kanai Ward is because you're also a homunculus. That's why the blood you shed earlier was pink. The color of your blood proves it. Makoto Kagutsuchi, you are a homunculus! No. Stop! If you expose anything else, you will only be hurting yourself! Huh?
Am I also homunculus too?
You're so close. Come on. You're within reach of my mask.
Where was Makoto born? UG Research Facility.
What's the answer? You saved Kanai Ward during the Blank Week mystery, and you were able to move about, unaffected by sunlight. Which means you're
Yeah, is it
not
also
a
going to show that I'm a
defective
homunculus too? Is that probably what the other mystery is gonna be?
What else?
3 years ago, right before you came to Kanai Ward, a homunculus escaped from the UG's research facility. It was the only perfect homunculus specimen. That's what you are!
Yes, keep going. You can reach my mask if you just go a bit further.
Based on number 1.
Damn it! How about this? The perfect homunculus was
My guess
based on
is
the
so
DNA
is
of the WTO's
mine.
number 1. In other words, you Our number one's homunculus!
He's a copy of number one?
He doesn't look like the number one we saw. So maybe his youth was restored when he became a homunculus.
If you looked just like number one, it'd be easy for you to manipulate the WDO from the shadows. That's how you procure dangerous criminals as food for the homunculi here, isn't it?
That makes
I
sense.
see. Number one. So that's my identity, huh? Right. Things are turning out as I expected. It's so refreshing when things go as you plan.
I don't like that.
Planned?
But it's not over yet.
It's not over.
You're still not
I'm
done.
not finished
You
yet.
still haven't seen it!
What's with him? No matter how many mysteries I solve, it doesn't faze him.
Master, I'm sorry, but this could be really bad.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Something strange about this phantom. There's still
This is
something
not a
more
real
to it.
phantom. I will stick with
What
that.
is he hiding? It just feels off.
For now, let's figure it all out. Concentrate, Master!
Plot of significance. No.
Why is he always wearing a mask? Does he not want his face to be seen?
Here,
Yeah, there we go. Because he's actually bleeding. He's not a real mystery phantom.
That is a suspicious spot.
Duh, that makes most sense. I don't know why I didn't think of that. This is not a mystery phantom. He's the real Makoto.
Speaking of which, that wound. Why is he still bleeding? All the other mystery phantoms I struck with the solution blade never bled like this.
Never bled at all.
So why?
Because he's not a mystery phantom.
not a
He's the
mystery
real
phantom.
one.
Huh?
I'm sure of it. He wasn't created by the Mystery Labyrinth.
There it is. There it motherfucking is.
the real Makoto?
Took you long enough to figure that out? Oh, mighty detective.
How did you enter the mystery labyrinth?
I'm getting bored of all this talk.
We held
Let's
hands,
finish
remember?
things.
Like I said.
Next time, I'll come at you full force. This will decide Kanai Ward's fate. Only one of us will leave here alive. Tell me your answer!
Master, you can't just go take a swing at him! We're inside the Mystery Labyrinth, so you have to solve mysteries!
What mysteries?
How a living person could make it inside here? You just might defeat him by answering that question!
All right, I'll try.
Coalescence.
This is it. Only those who have signed a pact with Shinigami can enter the Mystery Labyrinth. But there are exceptions. As the one who made the pact, those whose hands I've held with my coalescence can also enter the Mystery Labyrinth.
Master, when did you use coalescence with him?
Well, that's the strange part. I've never used coalescence with him. He doesn't have any ability I'd want to borrow to begin with.
Then how?
Let's see. if you can overcome that mystery!
Who used coalescence? Makoto did.
This is it! I didn't use coalescence, and yet Makoto was able to enter the mystery labyrinth. So, Makoto used coalescence on me? He has the same power?
That's right. You got it. I used coalescence on you earlier. We should turn off the alarm before we celebrate our reunion. Aren't you worried about Kurumi's body? Here, lend me a hand. I said, lend me a hand. And then you did. That was when you allowed me to activate coalescence.
But why are you able to use it? That power belongs to Shinigami!
That's where you're mistaken. Coalescence isn't Shinigami's power.
Huh?
Coalescence is the forte of the World Detective Organization's number
And that's why I'm also a homunculus. Yep, there it is.
One's forte? What do you mean? If it's not Shinigami's power, then how can I use it?
Because I'm also a homunculus.
Shinigami? Why aren't you saying anything? What are you hiding?
I'm also a homunculus.
I promised.
Promised?
What's wrong? It's the end for you if you can't figure this out.
I'm also a homunculus, that's why.
Why am I able to use number one's forte? Why would Shinigami hide that from me? Wait, could it be?
Yep, I'm a homunculus.
Is this related to my lost memories? That must mean my
Yuma's true identity is homunculus.
Looks like this is it for you.
What?
Goodbye, Yuma Coco.
I mean, I guess number one's probably the. I know. I feel like homunculus would have been fine in that in this
true
instance
identity
too.
is-
Like, I'll be honest, if they didn't have both of them, I would have like.
The perfect homunculus was based on the DNA of the WDO's number one. In other words, you are number one's homunculus!
Yep, those are my eyes.
That's impossible.
He has a
So
lovely
we
face.
finally reached the conclusion. Behold, the truth that you've been seeking all along. You are number one from the WDO, and I'm the homunculus created from your DNA. I'm number one of the World Detective Organization?
Oh, I'm number one. The guy there isn't number one?
That's why I can also use your coalescence. Even this solution blade was obtained with this power. But on the video feed, number one looks like an old man. That was a double. You're the one who put him there. Throughout the history of the WDO, those who become number one have rarely shown their faces to the public. They all had many enemies, making it problematic to be seen. It's standard protocol for directors to have doubles. And that old man was your double.
Oh.
Wait, What about me being a detective in training? Chief Yako said he investigated my background.
All bullshit.
But a detective in training was also summoned.
Detective in training?
That's you, Yuma. Looks like you've been working toward being a detective at the WDO. You may be part of the organization, but you haven't earned your stripes just yet.
It's true that there is a trainee detective by the name of Yuma Cocohead.
Oh, here's the thing. At least with Halara being dead, I don't have to pay her all that money back. I'm sad again.
It's also a fact that he was summoned to the Amaterasu Express. Then... you swapped places with the person named Yuma. I swapped with him? It seems he also came to Kanai Ward. I'm sure you've met with him several times.
He's the mystery person, right? He's the
So,
young guy?
I'm not
Is he the one that's
Yuma?
been avoiding us?
Then the real Yuma Cocohead.
Who gave up their identity as Yuma Cocohead? It's da boy. Nope. 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 No. No. Nope. Nope, nope. Wow, I'll be honest, I do not know. Unless it is him. No, okay.
No, that's not it!
Among the people I met in Kanai Ward, there should be someone who knows me.
No, that doesn't make sense either. Like, I know that.
Among the people I met in Kanai Ward,
I don't, like... Okay, it was the ramen store owner. Okay. How? I don't know.
Was the man who kept running from me? That's correct. You are #1 of the WDO after all. He's quit his job as a detective and opened up a food stand in Kanai Ward.
Oh, yeah, because he's good at cooking. That's why.
He's the real trainee detective, Yuma Cocohead. You concealed your true identity and used him as a means to enter Kanai Ward. You knew you'd lose your memories signing the pact with Shinigami, and you couldn't just enter as #1. Even though your face isn't known, your cover could be blown if you use your forte. That's why you disguised yourself as the trainee. And, of course, you ensured he would keep it a secret as well.
That's how we switched places?
That's just my theory, anyway. Our minds work the same way, after all. I'm sure we would come up with the same plan. However, I'm sure he didn't expect you to come to Kanai Ward after swapping places. He arrived late on the original 5th car heading to Kanai Ward.
Yeah, see?
Though a trainee, he's still a detective. He must have been wondering what happened after your agreement. But because of his promise to number 1, he couldn't tell anyone about the situation. So all he could do was watch from afar. Is that why he always fled when he saw me? He must have been relieved seeing you get along with the other detectives. So he decided to make a living in this town using the special talents listed on his profile.
I reviewed your profile in the WDO records, and it turns out you have a phenomenal ability.
An ability? So I do have some sort of special power too?
Your record claims that you're a great cook! Would you mind making us breakfast from now on?
That's the truth.
You realized I was number 1?
Are you really shocked? Naturally, I knew at first sight.
He's your
because
homunculus.
you and I have the same face. I'd hoped for a more heartfelt moment when I finally met my original. But that wasn't the case. I suppose that's because I knew you were a threat to Kanai Ward.
If you knew, why didn't you do something about it? Why let us just roam free?
As I said,
That's
you
Yumi
were
for
useful
Yomi.
to me until Yomi was dealt with. But more importantly, I was waiting for this moment.
Waiting?
To confront you here within the Mystery Labyrinth.
What do you mean?
I wish for you to vanish forever inside the labyrinth.
Huh?
If you vanish into the Mystery Labyrinth, I won't have to kill you directly. Which completes my perfect crime. Just like how you killed those other criminals.
Perfect crime?
With the original gone, I will become the real one.
Yep.
I will become both the CEO of Amaterasu Corporation and number 1 of the World Detective Organization.
I'll be invincible! That was your goal all along?
I mean, it makes sense.
Exactly. I'll let you enter both the restricted area and this mystery labyrinth. Using Coalescence to come here was part of my plan.
All so I can kill you here!
You think you can take over the world or something? I swear every final boss is the same.
Oh, not at all. With the WDO under my control, there would be no need for anyone to keep sticking their nose in our business. The mystery of Kanai Ward will forever remain a secret. I only have one wish. To protect the citizens of this city, for the homunculi of Kanai Ward to live in peace. I'll do anything to accomplish that. I don't care what I must sacrifice. I will protect Kanai Ward. And you will die here.
Oh boy.
Your death is necessary for Kanai Ward's peace. To this city, you are the real evil, detective. If you expose the truth, many people will suffer. I won't let you do that just to satisfy your ego. No matter how hard you try to destroy this peaceful world, I'll fight back using your own brain against you. Homunculi may not be human, but they have the right to live too. I won't let anyone take that away, even if you are number 1 of the WDO!
Sorry, but your plan isn't gonna work. I won't let you kill Master in this labyrinth! The real one won't just stand by, no matter what the imposter is plotting! Master?
If this is the truth I've been seeking all this time, maybe I should sacrifice myself here.
What?
If
Ooh,
what he
here we
said
go.
is true, it sounds like I'm the one threatening the peace in this city. You're finally starting to get it. Yes, that's the truth. You are a threat, trying to destroy this wonderful world.
I was listening to it ever since we exposed his mask, but I'm like, is he now being voiced by Yuma's voice actor here? Now that we like have his mask exposed, because he sounds different, so it would make somewhat sense.
What are you saying?
You discarded your pride as a detective and made a pact with a death god to go around killing people. You are dangerous. If you're not stopped, you will destroy
we gotta know what
all
the fuck
of
that's all about
Kanai
too.
Ward.
Why would we make a pact with a death
That's
god?
why I must defeat you to protect this city.
Yeah, I think that is Yuma's voice
He's
actor
wrong,
now.
Master! You don't need to listen to anything he says!
I've reaped the souls of many criminals.
Hey, they weren't
I told
real. They're
myself their
homunculus.
sacrifices were necessary for others to be happy.
I mean, okay. So if you guys remember way back, I believe in like chapter 2, the one with the school, I believe this is where I mentioned it, but I can't remember for sure. I mentioned the whole, like, how the fuck are we ever going to get, like, you know, the whole, I'm not a big fan of the whole reaping of the killers without them saying their crimes first or whatever like that. I was like, unless something at the end kind of like shows like, hey, somewhat explains in a way, I'd be okay with it. Now, I'm going to be honest, this doesn't really explain it at all. This is just straight up a, hey, this is straight up a, they weren't technically real people anyways, so we shouldn't feel bad. Like, I'm saying that, it's like, these are homunculus, they weren't real people, so I'm not feeling bad about it. But I'm still not a big fan of the whole, oh, we reap the true culprit's souls regardless. So, I don't know, I'm just still not a big fan of that. That's all I'm gonna say.
But by that logic, if I disappeared, it would be a small price to pay to protect the city's happiness, right?
This city is built on lies,
Which means
though!
It's my turn. I can't run away from this just because it's happening to me.
How could this happen to me? Okay, good. I was about to say, are we gonna get like any new like profile stuff updated or something like that? 'Cause I'm like, okay. There are 2 conditions to activating. The person must gain permission to share their ability. Person's hands must be held while. Ah, yeah. So lend the hand. Wait, there's still like stuff I haven't looked at. Talent running away. His whereabouts are unknown. His true name is unknown and he's almost never seen in public because he's technically not number 1. I'll be upset if all these guys are dead, which it seems to be the case. Coalescence. The gift he gave Yuma caused all the master detectives. Yeah.
I should be sacrificed for the sake of everyone else.
Wait, Master, remember what you promised! You said you'd never turn away from the truth!
That's right, but I saw the truth. I actually know what it is now.
And now that I do, I've realized something. If I expose the truth about this city and tell the world,
What will happen to Kurumi and the others?
That doesn't matter! We're in the middle of solving this mystery labyrinth!
It does matter! This is their problem. I may be an outsider, but this directly affects them.
Also, how will Makoto get out of here afterwards? Like, I don't know how he would get out if we don't get out, unless he just kills me here and he solves it himself.
Is there any way for them to live without persecution? When I think about what's best, it's obvious I should sacrifice myself.
Yes, that's the correct decision. Not as a detective, but as a human being.
But as a human being.
Doing that will allow the people of Kanai Ward to continue living in peace.
Was she supposed to say master or something there? Because obviously didn't hear shit.
I wanted to help someone.
But they're all homunculus. I mean, granted, yes, they do have feelings and all that stuff, but at the same time, it's like...
Which means... I... have to remain here. For the good of everyone I love.
I can move the camera, but I can't move anything else. Alright, Shinigami.
Idiot! You want to sacrifice yourself?
Ah!
Don't just go deciding that on your own! I'm not going to let you!
Ah! That's not how the submission hold works.
You're shouldering everything alone and have lost sight of who you are. That makes you no better than him! You're not alone. You've got a kind, teasing, needy, adorable puppy partner by your side.
I didn't ask for this. I don't remember asking for your powers.
You may not remember, but I do! You needed me. I'll never forget the words of the old you, Master.
Oh, maybe that one flashback was actually... Hold on.
I haven't seen a human in a while.
I think, remember at the end of chapter 2 or the end of chapter 1 where we saw like that whole pencil-like drawing or whatever fuzzy memory of Yako and Yuma walking through the WDO. and they passed number 1. Maybe that was the real Yuma. Like or maybe it could have been my Yuma as well or something. And granted, maybe the number 1 they passed was not us, but maybe the fake number 1. Who knows?
Everyone's scared of me, so I've been stuck in the WDO library for as long as I can remember. So, you really want to form a pact with me? You don't look like you're in trouble or anything.
Let's just say I'm dealing with some special circumstances, and I need your help.
Oh, you want me that badly,
His voice sounds more confident.
Where I'm
here,
going,
too.
the truth is suppressed, even when the mystery is solved. That's why I need you. You have a way to circumvent that.
You're really depending on me, huh? I may be cute, but I'm still a death god, you know. You gotta pay a fitting price to make a pact with me.
I know. If it means perfectly solving the world's mysteries, I don't mind selling my soul. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. That is the detective's way.
Oh, you've got a few screws in your head loose, don't you? Why are you so hung up on solving mysteries anyway?
To make everyone happy, of course.
Huh?
I want to eradicate all unsolved mysteries from this world and bring happiness to everyone. Although it's a known fact that some truths are cruel in nature. But exposing the truth to make everyone happy is the perfect solution in my mind.
Are you serious? What does that even mean?
I want to make a world where no one weeps while imprisoned by unsolved mysteries. Is it really so strange to wish for that? I want to eradicate all unsolved mysteries from this world and bring happiness to everyone. I said that?
When you found out someone created a homunculus of you, and that it was part of the great global mystery, you formed a pact with me to settle things with yourself. And that's the path you chose for your perfect solution. You even sacrificed your memories and your position as number 1 to make it happen. So my being here with you is proof of your relentless will! What's right or wrong can change depending on who you ask. There are infinite correct answers, but the truth is different. There's only one definite truth, and that's what's inside this mystery labyrinth. Whether it's correct or not is a separate issue that you can figure out after the mystery is solved. But right now, you have to expose the truth. Otherwise, nothing can be solved. If you give that up, then your life as a detective, everything you've done up to this moment, it'll all be for nothing. Master, you're not alone. If you can't do it by yourself, then rely on me, just like you always do. We may not be the best partners in the world, but we make a pretty good pair. So, don't call it quits by yourself.
Exposing the truth to make everyone happy is the perfect solution. I'm not the old me anymore. There's no way I can do it. But...
Hell yeah!
There is something I haven't given up on. I want to bring happiness to everyone. I believe that from the bottom of my heart. So, I'll keep solving mysteries.
Yeah, boy.
Happiness shrouded in mystery isn't real happiness.
real happiness.
Happiness not shrouded in mystery? You believe that could exist in Kanai Ward?
I see. He's a mystery phantom of you, not me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You think you can achieve this so-called perfect solution?
A copy couldn't accomplish it, but you think you can? Just because you're the original?
Yeah, the voice is different.
You're an empty shell of a man who has lost his memories. Do you honestly think you can make everyone happy?
I'm by your side, Master.
I know, Shinigami. Let's expose these mysteries together. My memories in my past don't matter. I will solve it all as Yuma Coco Head!
We should probably use not someone else's real name. Resident Deathmatch!
Years ago, Amaterasu Corporation received a request from the UG to research homunculi. The UG planned to use these immortal synthetic humans for military purposes. A massive amount of money was poured into the research, and Amaterasu and Kanai Ward developed quickly as a result. But the UG also set up their own research facility, which pit the two organizations against each other. 3 years ago, the UG facility finally succeeded in creating a homunculus. This was the birth of the homunculus based on the top detective of the WDO, number 1.
I mean, this is interesting, but damn, I was like so confused, like what the fuck am I supposed to do? But yeah, I guess I'm supposed to hit them all.
Here I go. I can't lose. Duplicates?
So this is the last stand, hmm? Well, the facts only matter to one of them, Master. So, find
Yep.
the guy and throw the truth right in his face. Let's go!
Yeah, let's.
Well, gee, I wonder who the real one
Get
is.
back down. I won't lose. Stay out of my way. The only successful specimen in existence. Your creation was the root cause of the grand mystery this city got dragged into. To eradicate all unsolved mysteries from this world and bring happiness to everyone. As your clone, I want the same thing. And that's why I'll protect everyone in Kanai Ward. These pitiful homunculi didn't ask to be made, and neither did I.
Bum 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 bum.
Peacekeepers Yomi held the real power in Amaterasu. And upon hearing of the UG facility's successful experiment, Amaterasu panicked and extracted blood from all the residents of Kanai Ward to initiate Project Homunculus. The experiment failed, and the defective homunculi went berserk after exposure to sunlight, ravaging the city.
This is the Blank Week mystery.
I love how
You arrived at the city during these events and tried to
falling apart
rectify
behind us
things.
there.
You made the rain cloud generator to block out the sun and brought the people back to their senses. But the original residents had already been wiped out by then. The homunculi didn't remember anything from the Blank Week, returning to their lives thinking they were human. And the Yuji decided to exterminate Kanai Ward along with the defective homunculi. I won't lose!
Ooh. Alright, he's like... This is like Gon's thing in Hunter x Hunter.
Defeat you! I have to save everyone!
Go get him, Master! Hi-ya!
But when you found out about the Yuji's inhumane research, you blackmailed them to cover up the events of the Blank Week mystery. I did whatever was necessary to protect Kanai Ward. Ironically, all that did was create more unsolved mysteries. Still, I wanted to protect the homunculi. I had to. If I didn't, who would? After your negotiations with the UG, Kanai Ward became isolated and independent. True to his word, the former CEO of Amaterasu abdicated his position to you. You immediately put an end to the homunculus research. This was to prevent the creation of any more tragic homunculi, and to hide their existence from the world. Posing as #1, you took advantage of the WDO. You abducted vicious criminals and brought them to Kanai Ward. Here I go.
This is a great final battle, I'd say.
Take this! These criminals were turned into food for the city's homunculi. This is the truth behind the global kidnapping case. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. That's always been my creed. But things changed when I discovered I was a homunculus. I've become someone else since I learned there were others like me. Director Yomi was your biggest obstacle in protecting the homunculi of Kanai Ward. He and Dr. Wesker were planning to leak information about them to the outside world. If Kanai Ward's secret had been made public, the UG would have been forced to act. Yomi grew too powerful. So you summoned Master Detectives to Kanai Ward to get rid
How the
of him
fuck
for
was
you.
I supposed to hit that white
Let's
noise in the
gather here.
middle?
We faced off with the Peacekeepers just like you wanted. And you helped Chief Yako get his revenge from behind the scenes, taking Dr. Weska and Yomi out of the picture. I can't lose. I have to defeat you! Stay out of my way! Take this! I'll push through! I may be alone, but I'll still fight. I have to defeat you!
Judgment swords.
I have to
Calm
save
down here,
everyone.
Virgil.
I have to do it!
Master! I'll help you out! Get him! There you
Get
go!
'em.
Let's go!
Thanks, Shinigami! This is everything that happened in Kanai Ward! Koto Kagutsuchi! Using Kanai Ward as your excuse. You tried to enshroud everything, including your own crimes in mystery!
I mean, I kind of wish they let me, like, tap all those X's.
This is the real perfect solution. The only difference is the world hasn't caught up to me yet. The WDO now belongs to me. The unified government will soon fall into my hands. Or so I believed. But I can only lie to the people of Kanai Ward for so long. We're coming to a tipping point. I know the end will come eventually, but there's no turning back. What am I supposed to do? What else should I sacrifice? What can I do to save everyone? All this time, I've carried this burden alone. I can't take it anymore. Somebody help me.